the Society for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, or SINE at IIT Bombay, is one of India's oldest and most trusted startup incubators. For over 20 years, SINE has helped young founders turn bold ideas into real businesses. As part of the SINE Startup Founder Series, MyStartup TV had the opportunity to meet some amazing entrepreneurs rising from this vibrant ecosystem. Today on the SINE Startup Founder Series, MyStartup TV hosted Mr. Vivart Rangari, who's the co-founder and CEO of Choira Music Tech Private Limited. We began our conversation by asking him what his startup does and the business they are building.
So, Choira is a music technology company. We have developed a full stack experience for anyone to create music very easily, and they can go from idea to masterpiece in record time. So, it's as less as 2 minutes that you can imagine that within just 2 minutes you can convert your idea into a first draft of a music track. And we have complete infrastructure support. We have connections with multiple music studios which you can book directly from your app. And now there are no problems which you would face for converting your creative ideas into finished quality products.
That's very unique, because and that's for somebody like me who doesn't sing but want to sing.
Yeah.
So for people like us, it's a boon, right?
Yeah.
You can create a music. So just get into if you can talk about the technicalities of it. How does it happen? If you can talk about if you don't want to talk about any proprietary information, we can leave that. But for the benefit of the common man, how can somebody like me become a musician or a singer using your technology?
Yeah. So all of us have creative ideas most of the times at any time. It can be 3 a.m. in the morning, or it can be at any point that you get a creative idea, and naturally we start humming, right? Most of us, we start humming some melodies, and we think about a creative concept. Let's say you are here today in IIT Bombay. So let's say if you want to create a song about your experience here, right? How would you give an order to or request another human music producer to create a song for you? In the same way, you just have to prompt our AI, okay, wherein there is a text box. You just put a prompt that, hi, I'm in IIT Bombay today. I want to create a song about my experience of interacting with startups. What AI does is that it will interact with multiple AI models. First, get the lyrics generated for your track. Once the lyrics is generated, it will also generate the music, and then it generates the vocals and stitches together everything and creates a music track for you within few minutes. So there you can also add what kind of style you want, right? Let's say if you're a fan of rock and roll, or if you like a particular genre like Indian classical music, you can just put in there, and you can go as deep as putting a particular raga. That okay, I want a song in this Indian classical raga, and it will give you that song.
So this is okay for amateurs or people who are bathroom singers,
Yeah.
right? Or who want to do karaoke.
Yeah.
But for professional singers, right, or professional musicians, do they have more? Can they involve or be involved in the whole music generation?
Yes.
Into things like I want my lyrics to capture these keywords,
Yeah.
or this is the mood, or I want the music to go this way. So can you talk about that a bit? Because from a startup standpoint, an individual user may give so much, but a professional singer or a music band, they might be your actual users, right?
Right. So usually, if our platform is being used by any professional, in that case they would use some industry jargons or some of the technical words in the prompt. And the best thing is that the AI models are able to understand that as well pretty well. And in fact, when a professional uses our platform, we're able to see that the music which is generated is way more better than just a layman who is trying to use it, right? And the best thing is that you can go add some technical details about, let's say, you want a particular instrument. Okay, I want a harmonium in the chorus of the song, or I want a tabla in my song. with a particular tal, or you want a drum kit which has a particular beat pattern. So you can go to that extent. And music professionals have to meet the industry quality. That's when they would be able to successfully sell or release the music which they are creating with us. So we make sure that within our infrastructure, they can go up to Dolby Atmos, which is the highest standard of music in terms of the quality and in terms of the format. So we start with stereo. If they want, they can go up to 5.1 Dolby sound, and also can go up to Dolby Atmos. So we are taking care of all the professional needs of a modern day creator.
Which is really good, because that opens up a huge scope for the budding composers,
Yeah.
people who are getting into the social media side of it, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
creators of it, right?
Yeah.
So what was the vision when you started? I mean, what was the thought? Was it limited to creators, or you were thinking much bigger?
When I started off as a creator myself, I always wanted to get into audio engineering and music production right from the point when I started my career. But then there were no options in India for a bachelor's degree in audio production or music production. So I had decided that I want to study physics, but just doing BSc physics was something which my parents and everybody else around me did not promote for that, and that's why I did chemical engineering. Okay, and while I was doing my engineering, that was the period when I got chance to go on the internet and search about audio engineering more, and get to know more about music technology. So I found out that music technology is growing very rapidly. That was the period when the tapes and CDs were converting, and we are getting into streaming era, right? But I saw that whenever I spoke about music, people would say that इसके लिए तो मुंबई जाना पड़ेगा, right? Which I did not believe as a teenager, that we have everything here. Why do you need to go to Mumbai for creating your tracks? What is there, right? So I came to Mumbai to check out that यहाँ पे क्या है. So it's like the same studios and the same equipment. Probably the professionals are different, but I see that people, especially people who are creators, they limit their ambitions on the basis of the infrastructure which is around them, and they don't spend a lot of time to discover that infrastructure. And that's when we released the Choira studio booking app, which helps you find the music studio which is around you, right? And most of our users are coming from tier 2 cities, because they have the aspiration, they have the ambition that they want to get into content creation, but they are not able to do it. So the sole motivation to start Choira was to give wings to the aspirations of creators in the tier 2, tier 3 cities who dream about coming to Mumbai, but who might not have the adequate resources to come here and work in the industry. But I think in the today's digital era, through the digitized products and platforms like what we are providing, any creator having an aspiration to explore their creativity, get a great platform to explore how they can come and get into this business.
Since you started, what kind of impact have you created? Have you seen special creators from tier 2, tier 3 cities use your product? And is there any particular incident or a particular case that you want to highlight, saying this was something that I was looking for?
Yeah, so one of our customers, she comes from Nagpur, and she has been passionate about music all her life. She's probably in her mid-50s. Both of her family is settled. Both of her kids are living in a foreign country, and has a lot of ambition and passion to create music tracks. But right from the point when she started exploring music, from the time when she was in 20s, almost for 30 years she was not able to release even one single track, because she was not able to find the right partners to convert her vision, her musical vision, into reality, right? And that's when we at Choira approached her. She was quite, not receptive initially because she thought that we are going to charge a lot. But because of AI in our process, we were able to give her the first draft of her track within 24 hours. That we got connected with her. She gave her the song idea. She had written a very beautiful composition about Kabirji. Yeah, she had written a very beautiful composition about Kabirji, and within 24 hours we gave her a draft of what she wanted, and she liked it. And within few days that song got released, and that's her first song which got released, and it has more than 5,000 views on YouTube right now, which is her first release, and she's very happy with it. And that helped her open her vision for the next 5 to 6 tracks which she wants to do, and she got motivated for doing it. So that's one of the success stories which really motivates me, because she had lost hope that would she be able to make music again, because her most of the time has already passed. Will she be able to publish herself as an artist? But now, yeah, with our help, we never met her in person. She never came to our office, but through just a digital platform, we are able to impact her life.
That's commendable. As a founder, that's quite satisfactory, isn't it? When
Yeah,
you
yeah.
create something and that actually helps
Yeah.
somebody who wants it, right? So, people out there who are probably in the same situation, like the lady you mentioned, just to give a ballpark figure, what would it cost them? Because that's the other
Yeah,
important
yeah.
factor. You don't have to be very specific numbers, but something you could give as a bracket.
Yeah. So, because our technology and the product is a completely new category in the market right now, for providing the first draft of the music track, we do it without charging anything. That's free of cost. So, for coming to Choira and asking for a demo track, for the composition they have or the creative vision they have, it's almost free of cost. And the best thing which we have seen is that we've seen a 75% conversion from free users to paid users. In the paid tier, we charge minimum around 15,000 rupees per track for the human refinement process. So though AI creates a great structure, a great skeleton of the track, but we have human music producers also who help you take the track to a commercial standards. So minimum starting price at our platform is around 15,000 rupees to start with for a full length music track. If you are creating, these days we also have orders for music for reels, so like 30-second, 60-second tracks. So then that goes to around 3,000, 4,000 rupees. But yeah, for engaging with us, the minimum order value has to be around 15,000 rupees.
That's not bad, because 15,000 for somebody who wants to create, or a creative person,
Yeah.
and gets a full-fledged support from you,
Yeah.
and can release their track. So if somebody wants to do, let's say MyStartup wants to get a jingle done,
Yeah.
or wants to get some, proprietary music done for our programs,
Yeah.
would that something be able to do it?
Yeah, definitely. What we can do is give you access to our AI solution, which is called as Oasis. We can give you an exclusive login and give you some free credits for trying out the platform. You or your marketing team or your editor who cuts the video, because mostly editors are the one who knows the why of, okay, what kind of background music do I need. And traditionally what editors do is use music licensing websites,
Yes.
where they would go search for a particular vibe and download the track and place it in the session. But now we are entering into an era where music can be hyper personalized. Okay, and that's what we are good at, providing hyper personalized music. Okay, let's say you are doing an interview of an Indian startup sitting in France, right? So the background music has to be a mix of Indian and French music, right? How do you get it in a music licensing website, right? You can't get it. You'll have to generate it. Now, in the era of AI, you can create such kind of music, right? So, for your channel or any of the news channels out there, we can always give them the access to our tool where they can generate, use it. It's always copyright free, we already have a copyright checker within our generation tool itself. So whatever you are getting, it's already pre-checked for copyright. So you don't have to worry that you'll post this video on YouTube someday and you'll get a copyright strike.
Perfect. That's really good. That's really good for many creators out there, because one of the major problem happens with creators is you think it's copyright free, but then once you use it, then it gets a strike. Right?
Right.
So then becomes quite a cumbersome to get rid of it and redo
Yeah.
it. So are you a funded startup? Can you talk about your funding revenues a bit for potential investors out there who might watch this program, and then if they are looking at what would be your pitch?
Yeah, so I can. My pitch is always my story because I myself have a creative background. I'm a trained Hindustani classical singer. I've studied classical music for almost 4 years, and post that I have studied electronic music production from School of Audio Engineering in Thailand, and did my first internship there. Post my internship, I worked at Byju's in their partnership project with Disney called Disney Byju's Early Learn as a music producer, where I was trained by a team of Disney people who came and trained us. And while working there, I understood that music can be created remotely, music can be created digitally, and now we are gone are those days when for creating music you need a lot of people in the room. So it all started with an idea which was pitched to sign IIT Bombay, where we are sitting right now. We pitched at a very early stage where we just had a deck and a vision that okay, this is what we want to do. We did not have any product, no customers at that point of time, and that's when Sign invested in us, provided us with a grant, an office space where our team started coming and developing the product. And within Sign itself, there were so many networking opportunities where at an idea stage itself, we got to present our product to a delegation which came from Japan. And though not a lot of people from India were appreciating what we were doing at that point of time, but this delegation from Japan, who had members from big giant companies like Sony, appreciated what we are doing. And I felt that yeah, if these people are appreciating, probably there is something out there, right? And it gave me a boost to complete our product development. And once we finally developed our product, we also got some angel investment from Japanese investors who are high net worth individuals from Japan, because music market is fully blown in Japan. It's the second largest in the world, so they were able to understand what we were doing. And there is this very important metric, which is a music spent per capita in Japan is almost 78 times larger than in India. So that made me look at Japan as a very interesting territory, and that is why whenever there used to be any you can say delegations who are coming from Japan, we got a chance to meet them, and few of them also converted into our investors and mentors now.
So is that the next step? I mean, being in Japan and exploring Japan as the market for you?
Yeah, I think Japan is a very interesting place for us because Japan is a tough ecosystem to crack. But once you crack Japan, you're almost like cracking for the entire world. And we've already been to two major global events in Japan called as Sushi Tech Tokyo and Tech Gala, where our company was invited for a business presentation as well as showcasing to the customers there. And there we got a lot of connections with companies like Sony, Yamaha, Roland. These companies are big into the music space, and I see that in the coming future, we'll be having great partnerships with Japanese companies to bring this technology to life.
And what's your way forward, and what are you planning in next 5 years?
So we want to make sure that India has a soft power in the global media and entertainment space. If you look at right now, if you look at it right now, there are two major players who are dominating in the entertainment space, which is America and Korea, right? And South Korea was able to make a space for themselves because of the infrastructure which they were able to really organize. I think India has untapped creative potential, which is very very huge, which has like soon we will see. With Bollywood, India already has ambassadors like everybody in the world knows Shah Rukh Khan. Everybody in the world knows Amitabh Bachchan. As from the acting standpoint, I think a lot of Indian artists have made their mark. Recently, we had also seen that movies like RRR got Oscars.
And here, Kantara.
Yeah, even Kantara.
Global.
These are all going global. So I think we are just riding on the right wave, where
And right time.
right time, because India's culture is being accepted globally. Even the content created here has a huge audience out there in the world. So our long-term goal is to put Indian creators on the global map, so that the local creators out of India have a global audience. The only thing which is stopping them right now is that their content is not going at the best quality out there, and we are here to help them to do that.
Well, and the other thing that probably they need is a platform to carry their
Yes.
content. And MyStartup TV, with our 300 million plus subscriber base through our partnership.
Mhm.
So we are the world's biggest platform that has that kind of reach for 34 countries. So probably we can add value there.
Yeah.
So finally, MyStartup TV is a platform for founders like you,
Mhm.
where we carry your message, your work to the global audience. What do you think about the kind of work we are doing?
I think it's great because there are, in terms of business news, there we have like major brands taking care of the business news, and most of the investors or people who are into this game keep a track about the ecosystem from the business news or the blogs and the portals which are already there, right? For example, I would keep a track on Economic Times and see what's going on in the larger business world, so that some of those things would be probably applicable in my own strategies, right? But I think a lot of the startup world is not being covered. The stories are not being highlighted. If they are highlighted, it becomes an inspiration for the next generation of entrepreneurs. Probably all those people out there who are thinking that I have an idea, but I don't have the courage. So and media is a great way for injecting that courage in them. And startup is all about passion, courage, risk taking, and the more we inject these things in the outer space, I think there'll be more and more entrepreneurs will be created, and I think in the startup world, it's not about someone coming first or somebody coming last. It's about going together, building together things. It's not about who raises the most, and it's not about who has the most amount of customers. It's about being a part of the community, and that's what even Sign gives us. I mean, why do we, me and my team, would come daily and work on our concepts? There's nobody on top of us who's asking us to come, right? We are not employed. We are entrepreneurs. So the ecosystem which is here, it's very very helpful. It's conductive, and it helps us feel that we are part of the same ship and the same boat. So through your portal, through Startup TV, I think MyStartup TV, we can create such a situation where anybody who has a knack for entrepreneurship would be motivated through such platforms. Though there are like shows like Shark Tank which do it on a higher level, but those are just pitches. You don't see the real work through those programs. But this day-to-day news coverage about what's going on in the startup can be very helpful for the entire entrepreneurship community.
Vivart, thank you very much for being on our show, and we hope to see you again in some of our panel discussions.
Sure.
Thank you
so much. Thank you.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.